Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be my colonoscopy vlog. Ugh. Okay, so yeah, I can't say that. So I'll just put on what it is. So I'm gonna start. It's 5 o'clock the day before my colonoscopy. So today I get to start the prep in an hour. So first I need to mix this shit up. Okay, so after I got that mixed up, the next thing I have to do is take 2 Dulcolax stool softeners, like, yay! So, bottoms up. And I don't know about you, but in my case, the endoscopy center where I'm going to have my colonoscopy sent me the Dulcolax tablets. Only thing I had to buy was Gas-X. So, yeah. So I'll see you in an hour. Okay, so it is 6 o'clock. So I officially get to start drinking the prep after I take 2 Gas-X tablets. Okay. Okay, so here's to the first glass. Okay, if you drink Element or any type of salt supplement, that's what this tastes like. So, I'll be fine with the taste. Okay, so now I drink one of these every 15 minutes for the next 3 hours. Okay, so 2 glasses in, and this is going to be my area for the next, I don't even want to think about how long. Hi, Poe. Okay, so it is almost 8 o'clock. I'm not gonna lie, this is rough. But really the only thing it is drinking so much so fast. I'm not used to drinking 8 ounces of water every 15 minutes. So yeah, that, and about 7:30, I started getting cold chills. Like, I am freaking freezing right now. And I'm starting to get nauseous. So it's like, oh yeah. And their estimate is way off. It's going to be at least 24 glasses for me to get finished tonight. What I'm thinking about doing is measuring out 4 glasses for tomorrow morning, because you start at 10 tomorrow and you have to be, and I have to start at 10 tomorrow and be done by 11 because my procedure is at 2. Well, I have to be there too. My procedure is at 3. So yeah, so I'm thinking about measuring out the 4 glasses I need for tomorrow and putting that in the fridge, and just drinking what is left in that jug tonight. Because if I wait and get to 3/4 of the jug and drink the 3/4 tomorrow, I won't be done at 11 like I'm supposed to be. So yeah, and I'm going to be completely honest. Baby wipes, yes. Honestly, I would have preferred water wipes, because baby wipes are really irritating when you've been wiping so much. Even if you're using baby wipes, it's still irritating. So water wipes, because I don't think they have anything in them. There's something in the baby wipes and it burns. And I'm using the sensitive ones. And so yeah, totally baby wipes, and possibly I should have put on an adult diaper, because it leaks, because all your bowel movements turn into liquid like immediately. So I'm leaking. Not constantly, but every now and then I can feel it. It's like, ugh. So yeah, not fun. But I'm gonna be honest with you in this, because honestly, I wish I would have had a video like this before I started, at least to warn me on what I should have done and what I needed. So yeah, I'm gonna go get my next glass. Okay, so it is colonoscopy day. At this point, I'm just ready for it to be all over. I'm tired of drinking this stuff. I'm tired of living in the bathroom. So, yeah, and the cats want to go outside, but it is raining. So you're going to hear them in the background because they're mad. But it is 10 o'clock, 5 hours before my procedure. So at this point, I have to take two more Gas X. And finish the rest of this. So this should be four 8-ounce cups, so I'll do one like I was doing last night. 8 ounces every 15 minutes. And then at 11 o'clock, I get cut off from all liquids altogether. So I'm trying to chug that bottle of water as well. Okay, so now I do that. I should only have to do that 3 more times. And yeah, I don't know anymore. I am delirious. I feel like crap. And I'm shitting my brains out. So, yeah. We're almost done with this. We're almost done with this phase. Okay, so this should be the last. Yep, last glass. Okay. Okay, so it's 10 till 1. After I finished drinking that, I ended up spending the last hour in the next hour in the bathroom. And out of nowhere, after I was done with that, my body decided, you're hungry, but I can't eat. So, yeah, that's going to be fun. But my ride is supposed to be here at 1:15 because I can't, my aunt and my uncle are taking me because I can't drive myself because I am going to be knocked. My GI doctor promised he would hit me upside the head with a hammer or a ball bat when I walked in the door. I'm hoping he remembers that. Because I don't want to know anything. From the time I walk in and get checked in, I do not need to know anything. And then you can wake me up when it's all over. So, yeah, I'm ready to leave. And I might get a couple of clips while I'm at the endoscopy center. If not, I will update you when I feel like giving you an update. Because I don't know if I'm going to feel like giving you an update right when I get home. But we will see. Okay, so it is almost 6 o'clock. I am home, as you can tell. I had to be there at 2. My procedure was at 3. I didn't get released till a little bit after 4:30. Because this time they actually gave me time to wake up. I got almost a full bag of fluids, and I got a little bit of Zofran, because I was feeling nauseous from the time I walked in there today. So, anesthesiology was nice enough to give me some Zofran, and I'm feeling a lot better than I did when I had my endoscopy. So, we stopped and got Panera. I got a chocolate coconut macaroon, which I already ate, and the big old chunk of bread they give you with all your soup. I think it's every soup that they give you a chunk of bread, and the home style chicken noodle soup. So I'm gonna eat a little bit and watch Criminal Minds. So yeah. So I will film more later on. I might just, honestly, I'll probably eat this, watch a little bit of Criminal Minds, and depending on how I feel, I'll either update you tonight or I'll update you tomorrow. Yesterday was just too much of a cluster for me to even bother about getting footage. So I didn't get anything there. But it wasn't the best experience I've ever had. It wasn't the worst. I'm not, like, the first nurse I had was great, and then shift change happened and I got another nurse, and she had started my IV, so I had seen her when I got there, but I hadn't seen her since. When I got back into my room, she came in with, I probably hadn't even been out of the procedure and awake for maybe 5-10 minutes, and she came in wanting to remove my IV. I was still, but they put me on fluids when I got there, and I had been out of the procedure and awake maybe 10 minutes, 15 at most, and she came in ready to remove the IV. I was not ready for it to be removed. I wanted to finish. I only had like that much left in the bag, and I wanted it to finish. But she took it out anyway. And I already have low blood pressure. I walked in yesterday, my blood pressure was 109, and it just kept dropping. It never got, I think the highest I heard them say was like 116. So the doctors and the anesthesiologist and all the other nurses were agreeing, let her finish out this bag of fluids, make sure her pressure comes back up, then release her. And she removed that bag of fluids. It was only that much left. They weren't going to give me another bag. It was just let her finish it out so she has the fluids. But she removed it anyway. and my blood pressure started almost immediately after her taking me off of it. My blood pressure started to drop. And give or take, I hadn't had my medication. I took my meds yesterday morning and I couldn't have anything else until I was out of there. And I needed my blood pressure meds. But so I think that's probably why they kept me so long, because my pressure was just dropping and it would not go back up. It would not stabilize. It was dropping and it was sitting there. When they released me, my blood pressure was 107/61. And I already have POTS and numerous other chronic illnesses, so I'm used to my blood pressure and my pulse being all weird and all over the place, but a low blood pressure, that low after a bag of fluids, is not normal. So, yeah. But they released me, and because I was out. I don't remember. I remember getting the IV, the doctor coming to talk to me about what we were going to do, he let me pick what kind of music that they were listening to in the back. So when I went in, I could be like, okay, zone out, calm down. And because even as nervous as I was, like, I don't know why. Doing anything under anesthesia, even though I don't have problems with it, scares the crap out of me. That's a nugget tail. But I don't know. It was just so weird. But the doctor, when he came back in to talk to me after the procedure, he did say there's nothing that looked wrong by just looking at it, but he did take biopsies for infections, ulcerative colitis, microcolitis, and just bowel disease in general. And I think he said something about IBS. I don't fully remember, and it's not on my paperwork what he took biopsies for. So I guess I'll find out what he took biopsies for when I actually get the test results. At this point, with all the issues I've had with my bowels and all my abdominal pain in the last few months, I just want something to show up that says, okay, this is what it is. But yeah, yesterday after they kicked me out, I came home, I ate half. I said that I shared that we went to Panera, and I ate half that bowl of soup, and I was just done. I rested on the couch. We ordered pizza later last night, about 8 o'clock. I ate 2 slices of pizza, and about 10 o'clock my body decided to full on reject it, and I was throwing up. I had bad nausea all day yesterday. I ended up getting a shot of Zofran through the IV yesterday during my procedure, because before undergoing it I was just bleh. I felt like I was going to throw up, and I had no clue what I was going to throw up because there was nothing in my body. But they gave me a shot of Zofran anyway, and I took 2 Zofran yesterday, plus that shot, and I took Phenergan. So, I loaded up on my nausea meds yesterday, and I was still throwing up. I didn't go to sleep till almost midnight last night because I was feeling so sick. And then I ended up sleeping till 10:30 this morning. But so far today, other than being a little tired and a little bit nauseous, I am feeling a whole lot better. I was able to eat today, so that helps. And I'm just going to kind of rest and take it easy today and see what that does for me. I know that it takes my body 2 or 3 days to recover fully from having anesthesia and going through that. So I'm not going to force myself to do anything, and it's kind of pointless because it's going to rain all week anyway. So yeah. But now I want to get into the tips I have for you if you have to have a colonoscopy, and I'm going to try and make sure these are the tips I wish I would have had. First one is read. I don't know if when I scheduled my colonoscopy, I was sent an envelope and it had information for a diet that I had to follow for 3 days before the day I had to start fasting. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because Monday I had to start fasting. And it wasn't really fasting, it's just I could only have liquids. I couldn't have anything else. But I got that diet. And then I got a sheet with all the information on what I had to do about my prep, as well as when to stop taking meds, when to stop eating certain things, and my hospital does pretty good because they called me last week before the procedure and were going over all the instructions with me as well. And they also sent me the Dulcolax tablets that I needed instead of me having to go out and buy them. So if your hospital doesn't send that stuff and doesn't call you, make sure you call them to make sure you have all your information about the test and what you have to do. Because the directions on the bottle of prep that I had were completely different than the directions that the hospital gave me. And I think I mentioned it before, what kind of prep I had, and if I didn't, I'll put it on the screen somewhere, probably when I'm starting to drink the prep, because I did show that process. My next tip is take somebody with you who you do not care if they hang out in the back with you. Like, where the hospital I go to lets one person in the back with you while they get you ready, and then they get to hang out back there while they're doing the procedure and come back, and then they wheel you back in the same room. But that's my hospital because they keep you in the same room the entire time. But somebody in the back who you don't care to help you get dressed and to help you get ready and all that when they're ready to kick your ass out. I don't know, for me, my nurse was ready to kick me out the second I woke up, and I think that was a lot of it, and then that didn't work out in my favor because I had all my blood pressure issues. My third tip is, if you're going to eat immediately after the procedure, eat light. Like I said, the first thing I had was chicken noodle soup. Well, honestly, the first thing I had after getting out was a chocolate coconut macaroon from Panera, and I should have saved that, but it didn't hurt me or anything. But eat light, so I don't necessarily recommend eating that first, but I needed a treat in my head. I'd been through a lot. I needed something to eat. That sounded good, and they're small enough that I figured I can eat this and it won't make me terribly sick. But not everybody gets sick from the anesthesia. I do. My mom does. It just runs in the family. So, yeah. The fourth tip is check with your doctor on what medications you can start back on. Because my doctor came in yesterday after the procedure was done and talking to me about, okay, so you can just go back on all your meds and you can do this and all that. And he had me on Imodium, and the first thing I asked was, so I can go back on the Imodium tonight? And he said yes. So some doctors don't allow that because they don't want to stop you up, but mine didn't care, and honestly it didn't stop me up. It's not, I'm not living in the bathroom anymore, but it's still moving. My number 5 tip, or my number 5 tip is schedule aside some time to rest for at least the day after the day of the procedure. Rest that day, and then possibly the next day. Like today, I'm resting because I still feel like I had my ass kicked. I still feel like I was in some kind of massive brawl. So yeah, I am going to take it easy today. So if you are one of those people who can have anesthesia and jump up and go and run, good for you. I am not. That's probably from all my other health issues, but set aside some time to rest. Like, I'll probably rest today and probably tomorrow and possibly Friday as well, so I don't overdo it. When I had my endoscopy, I had the endoscopy, and the next day I went back to normal, and I really regret doing that because it kicked my butt. Number 6 is make sure that you know who to call in case something comes up or you have any questions after the test, because they gave me my doctor's office number, and that is not the same number that you call after your procedure, and they did not give me that number this time. Thankfully, I had it from when I had my endoscopy. But last night when I started throwing up, my first thought was, I'm going to have to call them and see what I should do. And I could not find that number. And I found it late last night when I was sitting on the floor going through my chronic illness binder. I found it in my endoscopy paperwork. So yes, make sure you get that number. They're supposed to give it to you automatically, but the nurse I had yesterday was just ready to get rid of me, and so I'm missing, I'm convinced I'm missing 2 papers that I'm supposed to have, or at least missing some information on the papers that I do have. So yeah. But other than that, that's really all my tips for a colonoscopy. Is make sure you have all the information you need before you start your prep, and then after the procedure you have all that information, and then schedule in the rest days, because if you have multiple chronic illnesses like I do, then you're probably going to need it. And if I get results before this video goes up on Friday, I will insert a screen with the results. But other than that, thank you for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if it helped you. Other than that, hit the red subscribe button if you're not subscribed, and I will see you in Monday's video. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.